Rain poured down on the small town of Willow Creek, as if determined to drown everything in a gray deluge. Molly Carter clutched her 5-year-old daughter, Lily, in a tattered jacket. Her soaked shoes slipped on the sidewalk, a worn canvas bag, holding their few possessions, all they had left. A shuttered storefront's awning offered temporary shelter, but the biting cold seeped into their bones, making Lily tremble. Emily held her daughter tighter, fighting back tears. Just hours ago, she had stood before the cold, iron gates of her late husband's family, enduring their venomous words. "You gold digger! There's no place for you or that child here." Margaret Sullivan, her mother-in-law, had screamed before slamming the door. The wealthy Sullivan family owners of a chain of grocery stores in Willow Creek had never accepted Emily, a poor girl who married their son James. When James died in a car accident 2 years prior, they blamed her, calling her a curse. They cast her out, severing all ties, leaving her penniless. Emily had begged for Lily's sake, but Margaret's scornful glare and the family's silence crushed her hope. "Mommy, it's so cold," Lily whispered, her big, round eyes looking up. Emily bit her lip, hugging her daughter closer, her heart breaking. She had no idea where to go or what to do with no skills, no degree, only years spent as a housewife. Under the dim streetlight, a figure appeared. Daniel Hayes, 35, owner of the cozy coffee shop, The Lantern, was locking up when he noticed the mother and daughter. He paused, his black umbrella shielding him from the rain. Daniel's weathered face held kind eyes, as if he was accustomed to seeing struggling souls. Once an orphan living on the streets, he had built his life through relentless effort. Without hesitation, he approached. "Excuse me, are you two okay? It's freezing out here. Come warm up in my shop," Daniel said, his voice sincere. Emily shook her head, wary of pity. But when Lily coughed, she nodded, tears silently falling. Daniel led them into the small coffee shop, where golden lights and the scent of fresh bread warmed the air. He handed Lily a mug of hot cocoa and a blanket, then turned to Emily. "You don't have to explain anything, but if you need help, I'm here." In that moment, under the glow of the lantern, Emily felt a flicker of hope, something she thought she'd lost forever. Inside the lantern, the wooden walls and old bookshelves eased Emily's pain. She sat across from Daniel, clutching a cup of hot tea, while Lily slept on an armchair, wrapped in a blanket. Daniel didn't pry, but his genuine warmth prompted Emily to open up. She shared her story, growing up in poverty, falling in love with James, and marrying him despite the Sullivan family's disapproval. After James's death, they treated her like a burden. Margaret accused her of faking grief to steal their wealth. "They said I wasn't fit to raise Lily, that I'd ruin her future," Emily choked out. Ultimately, they threw her out, refusing her even a single belonging of James's. Daniel listened without judgment. He shared his own past, an orphan who worked odd jobs from dishwashing to construction to open this coffee shop. "I know what it's like when no one believes in you, but you have Lily, and that's reason enough to keep going," he said. Daniel offered Emily a job as a kitchen assistant and server, with a salary enough to support Lily. He also let them stay in a small room behind the shop, once a storage space. "Think of it as me investing in someone trustworthy," he said, with a gentle smile. Emily hesitated. She feared becoming a burden, dreaded that Daniel's kindness was mere pity. But seeing Lily sleep peacefully, she nodded. "I'll work hard, I promise." The next day, Emily started her job. She fumbled with coffee machines and dropped pastries, but Daniel patiently guided her. The shop's customers, mostly working-class locals, warmed to her sincerity. Lily often sat in a corner, drawing or playing with wooden toys Daniel crafted for her. Trouble soon arose. One afternoon, Margaret Sullivan stormed into the shop with Clara James's sister. They had learned of Emily's job through a mutual acquaintance. Margaret sneered, "You think working in this dump makes you respectable? Don't dream of conning anyone for money again." Clara added mockingly, "Lily deserves to be raised by us, not a failure like you." Emily trembled, holding back tears, but stayed silent. Daniel behind the counter spoke up. "Mrs. Sullivan, this is my shop. If you can't respect my staff, please leave." Margaret scoffed, tossing out, "She'll drag you down with her, Mr. Hayes." After the incident, Emily's self-doubt deepened. She feared Margaret's words were true, that she wasn't good enough for Lily. But Daniel pulled her back. "You don't need to prove anything to them. Prove it to Lily and to yourself," he said. His words sparked a small flame of determination in Emily. The months that followed were a grueling yet hopeful journey. Emily threw herself into work at the Lantern. She learned to bake, experimented with coffee blends, and grew skilled. Customers loved her radiant smile, though she still flinched when someone mentioned her past. At night, she studied using an old phone to take free online courses in accounting and business management recommended by Daniel. "If you want, I can teach you how to run a shop. Maybe one day you'll have your own," he said, half joking, half serious. Lily was Emily's greatest motivation. Every night she told her daughters stories of people overcoming adversity. "If we keep trying, anything is possible," she said, stroking Lily's hair. Daniel became a vital part of their lives, too. He made a wooden toy cart for Lily, who started calling him Uncle Danny. Those moments gave Emily a sense of family, however unconventional. But the Sullivan family wouldn't let her be. Clara spread rumors that Emily had stolen money from them, causing some customers to question her and avoid the shop. A few even asked outright, "Is it true you stole from your in-laws?" Emily was heartbroken, but stayed silent, focusing on her work. Daniel defended her publicly, posting a sign outside, "We believe in truth and kindness. Thank you for supporting the Lantern." Slowly loyal customers returned, won over by Emily and Daniel's sincerity. The conflict peaked when Lily fell seriously ill with a high fever requiring hospitalization. Emily nearly collapsed under the weight of the medical bills. Unbeknownst to her, Daniel quietly paid a large portion, telling the hospital it was from a charity fund. When Emily found out, she was both touched and guilty. "Why did you do this? I don't want to owe anyone," she said. Daniel replied, "You don't owe me. I just want Lily to be okay. One day, you'll help someone else, like I'm doing now." That moment fueled Emily's resolve. She created a new pastry, inspired by Lily's smile, called Lily's Smile. The soft vanilla cream and sweet strawberry jam made it an instant hit, drawing crowds to the shop. Emily began saving money, dreaming of opening her own bakery. But Margaret struck again, sending a letter threatening to sue for custody of Lily, claiming Emily was an unfit mother. Emily panicked, terrified of losing her daughter. Daniel stood by her, connecting her with a lawyer friend for free advice. "They're just trying to scare you. You're stronger than they think," he said. Emily prepared evidence of her dedication, her job, her care for Lily, her studies. The court dismissed Margaret's claim, lacking proof of Emily's inadequacy. A year later, Emily was no longer just an employee, but the manager of the Lantern. Lily's Smile became a brand with customers, ordering it for events. Emily saved enough to rent a small apartment for herself, and Lily, finally escaping homelessness. She completed her business management course and began planning her dream, opening her own bakery. To give back, Emily started a monthly free meal program at the Lantern, cooking soups and baking pastries for the homeless and struggling families. She met Sarah, another single mother scraping by with 2 kids, and taught her to bake, helping her find a job at a nearby bakery. "I was like you once. If you keep going, you'll make it," Emily said, her eyes shining with conviction. Her bond with Daniel deepened, though it remained a friendship built on mutual respect. When Emily asked why he helped her so much, Daniel shared a story of a stranger who gave him shelter when he was a homeless teen. "Kindness is the only thing that lasts forever," he said. 2 years after being cast out, Emily stood before her new bakery, Lily's Smile Bakery. The wooden sign gleamed in the sunlight. Inside, the scent of fresh pastries mingled with customers' laughter. A small corner offered free pastries to the needy with a sign, "One pastry, one smile." Lily, now 7, ran around proudly, declaring, "My mom makes the best pastries in the world." Emily hosted a community event to thank those who helped her. Daniel, Sarah, and loyal Lantern customers attended. Standing before them, her voice trembled. "I thought I'd never make it, but people like Daniel showed me the light. Now I want to share that light with others." Daniel smiled, sharing how a stranger's kindness changed his life and how he passed it on to Emily. Margaret Sullivan appeared at the event, silent, her eyes complex as she watched Lily with Emily. Emily held no grudge. "I don't need your approval. I just need Lily to be happy," she said. Margaret left without a word, but Clara stayed apologizing for their cruelty, admitting they were wrong. In the final scene, Emily, Lily, and Daniel lit a large lantern outside the bakery. Its golden glow illuminated the street, a symbol of hope and kindness. Emily looked at her daughter and Daniel smiling. "We did it, didn't we?" Under the lantern's light, Willow Creek had never felt warmer.